Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Fin Fishing series. Between episodes, I did go ahead and brew up a bunch of tea. We still have a bunch left over as well, too. So, haven't or a bunch of carrots left over. And then I also bought one of every Christmas or New Year's spinner, at least of all the snowflakes. The normal spinners I didn't buy all of. I bought kind of the typical standard colors that I use. So it did spend a little bit of silver, um, but I think it's worth it, especially since I expect the New Year's Fair to be wrapping up here pretty soon. So as you can see, I do actually have one of the new ones on here for that 222 gram Bendis. Okay. And that today's going to be just more spin fishing, trolling here at Quarry, and we'll see what we can come up with. No change to rod 1, it's still using the Dodger Crank 10007. Then I've got the Spiker 18, or Spiker Rain. What do I have on here? The Spiker 215. I don't know why I wanted to say Spiker 18. Did get over 30% in cooking. Not that I really care. Probably the only way I level cooking is through making tea. I don't really see the point of leveling it. Last time I tried to make fancy food, I ended up spending more money. And if I just used tea. So it is Saturday evening, 28th of January. It's about 7:10 in the evening, my time, 7:15. Kind of a lazy day. It was a nice day. Took the dog for a long walk. Now it's getting real cold out there already. Cold front blew in the 50s earlier. Heard me mention him, and now he's upside down. Honestly, haven't really looked at how the videos did yesterday or any comments, so I apologize if I missed anything. So take a look here if things calm down. Decent fish here, though. Keep in mind, this is the Mosquito. It's only an 8 kilo reel. Honestly, you don't really need much more than that here, though. I mean, yeah, I've got the HSV. Yeah, it's nice. But reel can bring in pretty much the majority of fish you get without too much struggle. I am probably a little bit worn out on it. Check that. That's a nice Arctic char, though. 2.5 kilo Arctic char. Friction break, yeah, it's 20% worn. 15, 16%, so it is a little bit on the light side there. Like I just used my last carrots. Dog also hopped off the couch and was baking next to a box, a little wooden thing on the ground here, and was making a lot of noise, so I'd muted for a second. You didn't have to deal with that. Nice little perch there. Might have something, yep. $1 kilo Laker. It is nice to have sounds again. I had to kind of power cycle my headset or push the little hidden reboot reset button inside of it. Didn't have a paper clip or a pin that I could do that yesterday, so went through the whole episode without sound. Nice Ventus here, 140 gram. That one bit right as I turned to look at the other rods. Small Laker. Decent Laker, 1.8 kilos. I did not look at the cafe or anything today, so I don't know what's in there. Special orders. Other marker Laker. As you can see, I brewed tea. The campfire is still burning. Logged in. It was 9 o'clock at night in game. Didn't want to get out on the water, so brewed tea. I needed it anyway. We ran out a couple of episodes ago. Decent perch here. 345. I think there's a fish on too. Is small fish. Wrong button. Picked up rod 2 instead of taking out rod 3. 10.5 minutes in, 15 fish, not bad in that respect. Though a lot of them been kind of small fish. Looks like we may have a good one on one right now. $1.6 kilo Laker. Looks like I did get a question about setups to use here. A little bit of a higher level account, so it was a level 20 account that asked the question, which is fine. Kind of my view on it, the 32s and upgrading the friction brake to 5.4 worked pretty well for me. I used that for quite a while here, especially if you're using spinner baits. If you're going 2 spoons and wobblers, it may be a little bit smaller than what you need, but for spinner baits, I mean, I'm still throwing it out now using the same spinners I was then. I also have this rod with the mosquito on it. You're level 20, probably worth saving up for the HSV. That's a nice whitefish. Probably worth saving up for the HSV. Level 20, 22, that type of range. Remember, do you need to be level 22? Say. Yeah, I went with the mosquito here to get a little bit of the bigger ones. That was an 8 kilo. I honestly bought that one to probably get a medium light rod, get some bonus XP, and just never put it on a medium light rod. So that's why I went with that one. I'd have to go look at something similar. I know on my Steam account, I went with I believe it was the Proton Pro. At the time, it was kind of the next step. That was before even the HSVs ever existed, too. Aiming towards the HSV, it's I think about 3,000, and then the rod's about 1,000. Then if you need line and all that, I think I spent about 5,000 set up with it. So you need a little bit of silver to get here, but this is kind of your gold standard for here and at Volkov. And honestly, if you're a higher level account and you're still fishing here, which I know a lot of people do, I would not use anything over an HSV because the costs of repairing it is so high, you're probably not really doing yourselves a lot of favor. Granted, if you're higher level fishing in here, you're probably just fishing here to have fun. That's kind of my view on it. Open the real spreadsheet and see if there's anything lower. Yeah, the Proton Pro 4000 or Proton 4000s would probably work well. Instead of the Mosquito. I actually enjoyed the Mosquito. I think that was a fun reel. Obviously still enjoy it because I'm still throwing it out. And we'll probably repair the friction brake on it. Definitely good question. Sorry I haven't answered it yet. I took things easy today. That's a good sound. Anytime the HSV is pulling drag, that's a good sound. Obviously, if you had the Lacerti on, you hooked a fish like this, it would take a while to reel in. Keep in mind, I did reel in a trophy lake trout on an unupgraded Lacerti. Go back. I can't even remember what episode it was, but pulled in a trophy laker on a Lacerti 4000. Lacerti 2 4000. It takes forever, but it's possible. Basically, you have to kill the fish, let it wear itself out. This is probably either a huge Arctic char, a quarry char, or laker. Borderline trophy laker if it is a lake. Love for this to be a quarry char. If I had to guess, I'm going to say Arctic in the 8 to 10 kilo, maybe a little. That's just going off the way it is, the way it's attacking, moving around here. It's pretty cold out there. Less than 5 degrees Celsius. Tends to be when the char wake up. It's a laker though. I just saw it. Trying to keep it from diving again. That's probably a trophy laker. I had it above water. Really would like to stop the boat, but with a fish on rod 2, I don't really want to. I may have to. I'm going to say 12 to 13 kilos, if not more, on this laker. $12.2 trophy lake trout. 6,000 XP. That's a nice fish. I'll show the setup again here in a second. Tiny Laker. All right, so if you're curious what I used, here's the setup. I do have big hooks on the Dodger crank. That's the setup I've had for that Trophy Laker. So today's a good day. Game rewarded me for talking about setups and what I would use. So this is the Lacerti 4000 with the upgraded friction brake. And we are going to have to chase this fish, obviously. This one is a little bit small, so going back to, well, that fish got away. Going back to the topic of, fishing here in Volkhov, I would say the Lacertes are probably a little bit small for Volkhov. You're going to get those lake trouts that are going to pull like hell. Right now, I think I've got undersized liner leader. Stupid Xbox game bar crap. Having some fun on the side playing a different game, and evidently it wants to tell me I can get free stuff. I don't give a damn about. And Xbox game bars kill. Keep in mind the Lacertes or the HSVs are 15 kilo reels, and I've had a 12 kilo salmon give me a run for my bulk up. That was on stock hooks on a spoon. I hadn't upgraded anything on the. I think it was on the original cranks with size 4 or size 6 hooks. Hooked into a 12 kilo salmon on my Steam account on an HSV, and it ended up swimming under the footbridge between islands at Volcano. And for whatever reason, my boat was 10 to 15 degrees off. Even if I was looking straight ahead with the boat. So, typically you're going straight ahead. My boat was actually going about like that, where my rod's facing. So I could not go under the bridge even if I wanted to, no matter how hard I tried. I ended up just getting pulled up alongside the bridge and hoping I could reel that. It took about 250 meters of my 350-meter line before it got wore out. It took me all of a half an hour to reel that thing in on an 8 speed. So that had happened on this Lacerti. It was probably it's an eyed there, Boeing eyed 787. Nice rainbow trout. I see records in the corner. Regional weekly record for lake trout and water body regional record for lake. Keep in mind, if you are watching this in the future, they did reset all records for 2023. So just because I got water body, it's not like I got something, a fish that had been out there for years and years and years. Some been out there for 28 days, so still decent. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy about that. Look at the overalls. 15, 16, 17. S Laker. I got the very bottom all time. I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, but still a decent fish. Those are both regional, so didn't look at the week. And number 2, US Weekly. Perch here. Yep. All perch. Tiny fish on the HSV that wasn't even pulling enough for me to even notice it's on there. Who knows how long I've been dragging that 93 gram perch. 93 gram perch on 2-aught hooks. Oh man. And I think the last fish we caught on that rod was the 12 kilo trophy trout. So fun switch. We're 28 minutes in. We still have over 28 fish, including the trophy. Today is a good day. There might be a fish on one again. I don't think so, but there's enough of a bend rod that I want. The way I check is if you hit R, when you don't have a fish on, you can see it shows the retrieval speed. When there is a fish on, it'll say the retrieval speed is now set automatically. And it'll do that beep. I will almost always hit it 2 or 3 times because I've had a lot of false positives. See it more on bottom fish, on spin fishing. Something still nibbling on the. I'll hit it and then I'll start reeling in, hitting it just to make sure the fish is actually on. Even when you're trolling some rods, it's hard to tell. You'll actually see, like that one, getting just enough of a pull in the water that would even show up on the tension bar. Fish biting. It's trust. Tension bar not moving as not being on. Like a decent Ventus here. 177 gram. I knew I was turning around there, and instead of casting it directly behind the boat, where it would have just been hanging straight down, cast it kind of behind where behind the boat will be when I finish my turn. Give me best chance of getting a fish quickly on it. Saw that bite over on rod 2 right as I went to take a drink. Wasn't a big enough fish that I needed to not take. This one bit as I was reeling it in. This one's a pretty decent one. Looks like a marker. Laker? No, it's Marker Savon. Nice. Came up looking weird, that's why I wasn't sure on the Laker. Didn't see enough spots for it to be a Savon initially. It was. Here's a Marker Laker. Saw that one coming. 1 kilo Laker. Just missed a Marker Rainbow. That was gonna happen. Might actually not get stuck though. Small perch there. Didn't close the reel. Oh. Perch. Not entirely surprised. The bite rate's been pretty good since we've been using 2 spinners most of the day and 3 rods. Spinners tend to get you a good bite rate. They'll tend to be smaller fish typically, but you can get some good size fish too. Speaking of good sized fish, 1 kilo of grayling, that's about 10 silver. Wound up enough there that I actually dipped the lure in the water behind me. Taking a quick check on the dog there. Gone into the bedrooms and just laying down on the bed. Actually glad he's doing that because I'm getting more comfortable with not necessarily being right by me all the time. He does have a little bit of separation anxiety house bark, and he's torn up the bedroom that he stays in. That's the room he's now actually torn up some carpet in there, and I've even gotten it kind of dig in the crate. On. Enjoying some time alone on the bed is a good thing. Security camera. Keep an eye on him. Really from my old dog, and for a while I was traveling for work, so I wasn't necessarily around to keep an eye on him. Someone come over a couple times a day to let him out, especially before the world ended. Had a camera in that over a decade now. It was fun to just kind of keep an eye on what the dog did all day while I wasn't home. Mainly it involved sleeping on the bed, getting up, walking around the house, and then sleeping on the bed. That was my old blue heeler too. Like her there. That I saw a fish, but I think it was just the wake from the lure as I was reeling it in there. Nice perch. 449 gram. Just making sure I'd close that rod since it had been a little bit since it had indicated there was a fish on there. It had been pretty quick before. Frankfurter. Awesome. That gets name of the day. And this. Now that's fish over on 2 that I see. Stopped reeling it in because I saw this fish. Thought it was chasing the other one. 120 gram Bindi. Pull and drag, but I didn't have the friction break up too high on this rod. Couple of kilos, almost 3 kilos. A little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Someone's waking up from his slumber. He may have just turned around and gone right back in the room. Saw him in the hallway for a second. I knew that was gonna happen. I'll perch there. That was a pretty quick bite over on rod 1. 5-gram Bindus. Decent perch. And I actually thought it was 573-gram perch. Hello, fish. Well, we're committed to this fish. Since it's on our 3rd rod, there's nothing we can do but try and bring it in. Give up quickly, fish. Numbers, and I doubt he will. You're gonna do this to me, fish. Oh, you're really gonna do this to me. Can't decide which way to go. Got lucky and was able to lift it up. Nice little lake trout there. I think there's a fish on all 3 rods there. Like a decent... Nope, it was a small laker. I say it looks like a decent bendy, but it wasn't. Security camera just told me it detected human motion in the room the dog was in. Stood up and is big enough that it qualifies. At a 75 to 80 pound. Not surprised. My old blue heeler occasionally will too. Alright, we'll probably do one more loop around the island here. Call it, especially since we're trophy laker. It's okay. I think someone's telling me you would like an escort. Oh, he's telling me he doesn't want Discord. Took him out earlier and he did not listen to me. I think so. He will get enough. Hear him whining a little bit. There was a fish coming for it. I saw it. It's been too late. No, the sun's already going down. I'm just going to go ahead and turn this around and wrap it up. It was a really good day. Anytime you get a trophy fish, and especially a 12-kilo laker, today's going to be a good day. I think I'm making a good decision here. Just came up and put a paw on me for a second. Tell me that he was whining. In case I hadn't heard him. Definitely does need to go out. Also took a big drink. Surprised. One of those you gotta know your dog. Good moment. Heard the whine, so I was pretty sure, but the other moves tell me, say, I need to. It's not I want to. I want to go out and play. It's I need. So take a quick look at the cafe, see if we got anything, and sell off the 59 fish in 48 minutes. It looks like not bad. All right, gonna be a brief jump cut there. Went from I need to go out to I really need to go out. Embark, absolutely. So, no trophy, and I think blue trophy. So, nothing there. As far as at the cafe, probably 10 minutes. 10 minutes later. Absolutely did need to go out, so I'm glad he told me. 266 silver today. Good day. 126 on the trophy laker alone, so that's not surprising, but good overall day. Kind of gets us back to where we were before I bought all the lures and the tea. So basically covered all my expenses for the day, so pretty happy with that. But I hope everyone enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Bye bye now.